Have you ever been betrayed, hurt, or disrespected by someone you trusted? Your natural instinct might be to retaliate, to strike back, to prove a point. But what if I told you the most powerful revenge isn't through confrontation or anger, but through mastery of self? The ancient Stoics knew a secret, one that strips your enemies of control and places your power firmly in your own hands. Revenge is often thought of as payback, a way to level the scales, to return pain for pain, to show those who hurt us that we won't be walked over. But to the Stoics, this idea is not only misguided, it's a trap. True revenge, in their eyes, isn't about punishing others. It's about rising above them. It's about becoming so grounded, so inwardly powerful, that no insult, betrayal, or offense can touch your core. Before we dive in, subscribe to Mind Clinic, where we explore the deep truths of psychology, philosophy, and the human soul, and join our community for powerful insights and spiritual growth. Now, let's jump in. Stoicism teaches us that the most powerful response to harm isn't retaliation, it's transformation. Instead of letting your pain harden you or define your path, you take it and forge it into something greater. You turn hurt into wisdom, anger into clarity, loss into fuel. And through that alchemy, you build a life so elevated, so full of peace and purpose, that those who once tried to tear you down become irrelevant, like shadows disappearing in the light of your growth. In this video, I'll show you exactly how the Stoics approached revenge, not through confrontation, but through mastery. The mastery of self, the power of indifference, the strength of calm. This is the Stoic path to ultimate revenge, one that doesn't just silence your enemies, it makes them unworthy of your attention. 1. Indifference is invincibility. When someone hurts you with words, betrayal, or actions, they're not just trying to cause pain, they're trying to control your emotional state. They want your reaction, your anger, your sadness, your outrage. It validates their power. But the Stoics knew a deeper truth. The moment you stop reacting, you become untouchable. Indifference isn't weakness, it's strength in its purest form. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." That means you don't stoop to their level. You don't mirror their cruelty, their chaos, or their smallness. Instead, you rise above it. You walk away calm, composed, and whole. Your silence becomes your weapon, not out of spite, but out of wisdom. Because peace, when maintained in the face of conflict, is more unsettling to the aggressor than any comeback could ever be. Your calmness disarms them. Your refusal to engage leaves them powerless. So next time someone tries to provoke you, remember this: you owe no one your peace. You owe no one your reaction. Let your stillness be your strength. Let your presence be so grounded, so unaffected, that nothing they do can move you. That is true invincibility. That is the Stoic way. 2. Let your success be the echo they can't ignore. To the Stoics, the ultimate form of revenge was not retaliation. It was transformation. It was turning pain into power, wounds into wisdom, setbacks into strength. They believed that nothing speaks louder than a life well lived, a spirit unshaken, and a journey that keeps rising no matter who tried to pull you down. Imagine this: the very people who doubted you, betrayed you, or tried to break you, now forced to watch from a distance as you thrive, quietly, consistently, and unapologetically. No shouting, no revenge plots, just undeniable growth. Your progress becomes the loudest silence they'll ever hear. You don't need to prove them wrong with words. You prove them wrong by becoming everything they said you couldn't be, and more. While they remain stuck in bitterness or guilt, you're moving forward. While they wait for you to fall, you're rising, again and again. Let your life become the proof that you didn't just survive their betrayal. You used it as fuel. Every success, every step, every evolution becomes an echo they can't ignore and can never silence. You weren't broken. You were built. And that's the story they'll never forget. 3. Control is your weapon. Focus is your shield. The world will throw people at you who lie, betray, manipulate, and try to tear you down. That much is inevitable. But here's what the Stoics understood. Your power doesn't lie in controlling them. It lies in mastering your response. As Epictetus taught, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. You don't have to carry the weight of their actions. You don't have to replay the betrayal, the insult, the moment of disrespect, because every time you do, you hand them more of your power. So stop, reclaim your attention, reclaim your energy. That space in your mind, it's sacred. Don't rent it out to those who tried to destroy you. Redirect it into growth, into purpose, into becoming someone they can no longer touch. Focus is your shield. Use it wisely. Let your discipline become the wall they can't penetrate. Let your rise become the story they can't rewrite. 4. Emotional mastery equals ultimate freedom. Anger, resentment, and the hunger for revenge don't free you. They imprison you. They keep you tethered to the very people and moments you're trying to move beyond. The Stoics understood this deeply. That's why they didn't aim to suppress emotion. They aimed to understand it, to own it. They trained their minds like warriors train their bodies, daily, deliberately, relentlessly. Not to become numb, but to become unshakable. Picture this. Someone betrays you, and instead of exploding or collapsing, you breathe. You see the emotion rise, you watch it pass, and you remain still, untouched. That's not weakness. That's command. That's what Marcus Aurelius lived. That's what Epictetus taught. That's what you can embody. Because true freedom isn't the absence of pain. It's the power to stand in the fire without letting it burn you. When you master your emotions, you don't just break the chains, you become untouchable. 5. Live a life so radiant, they fade into the shadows. The ultimate revenge isn't a dramatic confrontation or a clever comeback. It's your quiet, undeniable glow-up. It's waking up each day with purpose, peace, and pride in who you've become. It's building a life so rich with meaning, so filled with progress and inner peace, that those who once tried to break you become irrelevant. They may have tried to dim your light, but now it shines too bright for them to even stand near it. While they stay stuck in bitterness and blame, you evolve, you expand, you rise. And their memory? It becomes like static in the background, faint, distant, and powerless. They expected you to crumble, to seek validation, to fight back. But instead, you elevated, not in spite of them, but because you chose to grow instead of sink. And that is the kind of revenge that doesn't just silence the noise, it makes the noise disappear. 6. Final thought. Your peace is their defeat. The greatest revenge isn't something loud, explosive, or theatrical. It's quiet. It's still. It's a life that moves forward, undisturbed by the chaos others once tried to pull you into. When your inner world remains calm, no matter the storms others create, you've already won. True victory isn't about proving them wrong. It's about no longer needing to. It's about walking away without bitterness, choosing yourself without apology, and living a life that no longer revolves around what they did. Because the moment you stop caring, not out of spite, but from true detachment, they lose all control over you. They expected you to fight back, to stay wounded, to remain stuck in the cycle. But instead, you elevated. You moved on. You made peace your priority. And that is a kind of power they'll never understand. So choose peace. Choose presence. Choose yourself every single time. Because nothing unsettles the ones who tried to hurt you more than knowing they no longer have access to you. Now it's your turn. Have you ever wanted revenge, but chose growth instead? Drop a comment below and share your story. Let's learn from each other. If this video moved you, helped you, or gave you strength, like, subscribe, turn on the bell, because your journey to inner power is just getting started. Stay strong, stay focused, stay stoic.